Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with Sally Nugent and Rachel Burton.
Our headlines today. Good morning. It is Sunday, the 24th of February. Our top story today. An operation to bring humanitarian aid into Venezuela has descended into chaos after President Maduro's security forces opened fire on demonstrators and aid trucks were set alight.
2 people, including a 14-year-old boy, were killed after presidential and parliamentary elections. And speak to our correspondent, Mayeni Jones. Can you tell us what the situation is like there at the moment? In the country as well at the moment. Mayeni, tell us about the candidates. There are dozens of them, but actually just 2 credible candidates. Tell us about these 2. We'll track that story with interest. Thank you very much, Mayeni Jones, talking to us from Yola in Nigeria.
Now, 3 people have been injured in an explosion.
Of course, you'll be able to see the outcome of the Oscars tomorrow morning here on BBC Breakfast.
And we will be live in Los Angeles within the next half hour to talk about all the subjects brought up in that piece we've just seen.
So to the front pages of the newspapers this morning then, and predictably Brexit still making the main headlines, and many of them. The Times headline.
Front page of the Sunday Mirror this morning. This is their special investigation into children. Very big subject.
Is TikTok in your radar, in your house?
No, it hasn't happened for me. Is it happening?
Yeah, a little bit. It is there a little bit.
Should I be worried?
Don't worry, it's not happening. Don't worry about it. But it's just one amongst many of those things that can just draw children in. Right, I love this story from the inside papers, inside of the pages. All like that, they pick it up.
Our cat's just independent rather than grumpy.
My cat is absolutely vicious and really foul-tempered. But
not like its owner, then.
Anything about its owner. Promise.
Completely the opposite. Have you ever met Carol Kirkwood's cat?
No.
Yeah, delightful. Donald. Morning, okay. Carol and Donald. Talking of weather, let's go to Chris now, who has this morning's weather. It was really foggy for us on the way in this morning, and I guess it might be like that everywhere else too. Morning, Chris.
Just after that last try was scored, there was a fantastic reaction from a gentleman in the crowd that's been doing the rounds right across social media today. Probably the reaction of the game. Rips his hat off, close to tears. It is worth watching, I can tell you.
Just some of the little videos as well from the Cardiff City Centre last night, immediately after the game. It looked like it was going to get a little bit messy there.
Oh, we should have been there.
I hope the heads are OK this morning, Wales. Right, we'll talk about the Oscars now, where no doubt there'll be plenty of fizz doing the rounds as well this evening and into tomorrow. Hollywood is gearing up to host the biggest event of the year. Excuse me. The build-up to the Oscars has been marred by controversy, as ever, with questions about diversity, failed attempts to introduce new categories, and, of course, it's going without a host for the first time in 30 years.
Oh, it's all change. The favourite, starring Olivia Colman, is up for 10 awards and jointly leads the nominations alongside Roma. We are joined now from Los Angeles. See films like Black Panther in there.
Yeah.
Controversial choice, but hugely popular.
Great variety, actually, from all the different films that are represented there. I've got to do some kind of manic binge watch of all the Oscar films tonight. So I'm up to speed tomorrow. By the way, the weather has been fabulous over the last few days, so we're going to find out more about how it's looking for today. A little bit misty, though, this morning, isn't it?
Yeah,
great. It's been really nice. Right, we'll have all the headlines coming up at 7 o'clock. First of all, though, it's time for Click with Spencer Kelly.
Now, one company in France is using the tech to rehabilitate and give paraplegic.
Et petit à petit, j'ai dû utiliser le fauteuil jusqu'à l'utiliser complètement depuis 2 ans.
Florian's tried several exoskeletons, but liked this one so much, she's now working for the company.
Yep. Oh, yes.
Leaning forward at the right speed and angle activates an accelerometer.
The more you use it, is it becoming easier or was it easy straight away?
It's easy because we have not pain, not fatigue, and it's better for my arms because I'm sure.
The company are keen for me to experience this from the inside, and so am I.
You need to be measured for it.
These measurements are essential to calculate the recommended gait for someone of my height and weight. It's a heavy computing task, so calculations are actually done on a server outside the suit. The results are then sent to the exoskeleton. There's also a surprising amount of computing going on inside the device. As well as the basic form of motion, how it should behave, the exo can make its own decisions. So if something unexpected happens, how to respond.
Lean forward and push up. Ah! Whoa! That's amazing.
I can even lean sideways and crouch. I can also change the direction I move in by leaning my body whilst walking.
I'm going to aim towards the right. Oh, I can feel it going that way. Okay.
They slowly regain their ability to move. So you've got to tune the exo down in the assistance it brings over time.
The company clearly has ambitions beyond this, its first exoskeleton, and Florian's looking forward to shaping its future.
C'est le fait que ce qui est intéressant aussi de travailler chez Wandercraft, c'est que...
Good morning, welcome to Breakfast with Sally Nugent and Rachel Burden.
Our headlines for you today. It is Sunday, the 24th of February. Our top story this morning. An operation to bring humanitarian aid into Venezuela has descended into chaos after President Maduro's security forces opened fire on demonstrators and aid trucks were set alight.
2 people, including a 14-year-old boy, were killed and more than 3 of talk about Brexit in the papers this morning, but it doesn't feel like there's anything significant that's emerged over the weekend, bar this split within the cabinet. How significant?
Investigates has found.
Sainsbury's and Tesco have promised to change their labelling and say they are committed to promoting healthy eating.
A quirky one, isn't it, the favourite?
It's brilliant, though. I've seen it, but I would happily watch it again. There's so much in it.
Funny.
All the details of the Oscar winners will be available here on BBC Breakfast tomorrow morning, bright and early, if you're ready for it.
Should we have a look at what the papers are saying ahead of a very, very big week of Brexit news for Theresa May? Let's have a look at the front page of this morning's Sunday Times. They're saying that May funks Brexit vote as the cabinet.
And the front page of the Express this morning is a warning from Brexit supporting MPs to the Prime Minister Union. Well, you know, there is some activity due in Westminster this week. We're expecting a vote, but not a meaningful vote on the deal. Let's speak to Hannah White from the Institute for Guidance. What exactly is happening next week, first of all, because it's quite hard to keep track of all these votes and the significance of each of them. Case, because this prospect of some kind of amendment which would rule out a no deal is still very much on the table, isn't it? Very significant as to who decides to vote in favour. Could it in fact encourage more MPs, the more hardline Brexiteer MPs, if you like, to vote for her deal, because the prospect then of not achieving Brexit in the near future becomes much more realistic? It's a small group, let's be honest, the independent group within Parliament. How much influence do you think they might ultimately have? And is it clear as to what their agenda is? Fascinating times, actually, in politics in this country. And in fact, there is a story front page of the Sunday Telegraph this morning saying one of Labour's biggest private backers has donated to the new political group, potentially a more viable political group. But we'll wait to see.
Yeah, and we're going to be talking about the split in the cabinet in a little more detail, aren't we, in the next hour or so. It was quite foggy for us coming into work this morning, but
I said boggy.
It may have been in some
of us. A bit boggy. Just in our head.
Yeah, exactly. Foggy in mine, actually. Chris can tell us whether it's like that everywhere else as well. Morning to you, Chris.
Days.
Yeah.
I mean,
and W1A. Yeah, amazing.
Exactly.
Glenn Close is nominated for, is it The
Wife? One of those films that no one really seems to have seen, but I think it just obviously everyone knows who Glenn Close is, and I think just feels it's very well deserved.
I love the Richard E. Grant story about him and his pre-Oscar run and taking selfies with any celebrity that he comes across. And I was reading in the papers yesterday, someone saying that it could be a conscious campaign on his behalf. No. But it doesn't seem, it just seems completely innocent and totally uncool and very charming because of that.
Exactly. And he doesn't need to.
I can't believe he's nominated.
Yeah, exactly. And you get to go to all these lunches and see all... Yes.
Facebook under fire yet again.
So obviously we've seen the big social media giants, under a lot of scrutiny recently, particularly about images of self-harm and about their responsibility to people.
Online, it's a subject that really is very divisive.
Yeah.
And at this point is...
I guess what he's saying is, as a nation, we are still bitterly divided. And as we reach the crisis point, if you like, to kind of squeeze us through that gap, he would like to see some
unity.
And he's invited Theresa May to join him. So maybe she can take part.
To do. Yes, who knows. Let's talk about the story that you've picked in The Observer.
I love this.
Old school.
Yes, so cassettes are on their way back.
We've known each other since we were 12 years old, and we went to stay at my friend's mum's house, and the house hasn't changed, and in one of the drawers was a whole drawer full of cassettes.
Brilliant.
And she had a cassette player, so we were getting the cassettes out and putting them in.
Well, that's I don't know how
classic albums. Terrible sound quality, but it was lots of fun.
The last story, I think, from the Sunday Express that we've got time for. Top 5 most popular pets on Instagram. Number 1, French Bulldog, Pug, Chihuahua, English Bulldog, And then in fifth, Labrador or Retriever.
It makes me so angry. I would love nothing more than to have a dog, but I can't look after one, and that
Makes sense. Thank you very much
Speak
for
sense
bringing
again
sense to
in the
us.
next hour. Come back to us. Keep us sensible. Emma, thank you.
See you in a bit. Do stay with us. Headlines coming up. Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with Sally Nugent and Rachel Burton.
It is exactly 7:30. Here's a summary of today's main stories from BBC News. An operation to bring humanitarian aid into Venezuela has descended into chaos during a day of violence. The Prime Minister has told a gathering of grassroots Conservative Party activists that she won't allow the result of the Brexit referendum to be frustrated on the sidelines.
North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un, has left Pyongyang to travel to Vietnam to meet with President Trump. There's nothing wrong with the date, though, when you're pregnant, is there?
No.
Probably very good for you.
It probably is. I tell you what's good for morale if you're Welsh.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Morning,
Less
Holly.
so if you're English.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't need a morale boost now after that performance yesterday.
What an amazing atmosphere.
Oh, it was incredible.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier, the fact that it's not often that the atmosphere really translates through the TV, and it really was incredible. And there's something about the number 9 for Wales and England, isn't there?
Yeah.
We've been looking at the figures. Now, Wales have beaten England in 1949. Well, what does that all mean? I think 2029, maybe England should think twice about heading to Cardiff.
I mean, to be fair, that whole thing that Wales have forgotten how to lose, and
Yeah.
the way they
Wales
approached
in a
the
row.
second half, and they absolutely turned the screw on England, was really, really impressive.
It really was. That second half performance, as you say, it really turned the screw, given particularly
The summit with the Arab League. Brexit is expected to be discussed on the sidelines for Join Now. I don't think the Prime Minister is expecting anything particularly concrete to come out of this meeting today, Jonathan, but where do things stand as we head into next week? Thanks indeed, Jonathan Blake, talking to us from London this morning.
An operation to bring humanitarian aid into Venezuela has descended into chaos after President Maduro's security forces opened fire on demonstrators and aid trucks were set alight.
2 people, including a 14-year-old boy, were killed and more than 300 people were wounded. US President Mike Pence has vowed to take action. Our international correspondent, Ola Gearin, reports. I suppose that's the word there.
That's the moot point.
So confusing for us poor consumers.
But if you want a bit more clarity and a bit more detail, you can hear more on the story on 5 Live Investigates at 11 o'clock this morning.
Now, votes are being counted in Nigeria's closely fought presidential election. The Electoral Commission...
I don't quite understand.
Well, I think the idea, I mean, it's still all in development, but I think the idea is that you'll be able to go on there and say,
Right.
please take me seriously.
So they will be almost like sort of internal mechanisms
I
within
think that's the
companies,
idea, yeah. Exactly.
Right, OK, the next story that you've picked is about special constables.
Yes.
There's not
The police and community support officers.
Exactly, yeah.
As they were renamed, although I don't know if they're still called that now. But
Yeah, I think lots of people still refer to them as special constables.
Special constables, but more men are becoming midwives.
Yes, this is very exciting. So 9% increase in people in men.
And we've done quite a lot of coverage over the years, haven't we, trying to encourage women to go into industries that are traditionally seen as male, and we perhaps don't talk enough about the industries traditionally seen as female and encouraging more young men to go into those.
Exactly. I'm just
Once you get to a critical point, you don't really care who's in the room.
Just someone help me.
Whoever's got the pain relief.
Yeah.
Now, this is very interesting. The Michael Jackson documentary. Has it come out? Is it available here yet?
No. So this is going to...
2 years. R. Kelly is facing justice now and will be able to defend himself in court. Michael Jackson isn't in a position to do so.
Exactly.
Which is what a lot of his fans feel is unfair in this situation.
And his estate...
Very, very cute.
Shame, though.
One dog is enough for me.
yeah,
No
for anyone.
more. Emma, thank you very
Thank
much
you.
indeed. It's lovely to talk to you.
too. Andrew Marr, of course, follows this programme on BBC One at programme.
No, yes. Still to come on Breakfast, though, we have 24-year-old possibly escaping the rugby result yesterday. What do you think, Holly?
It's going to extremes to avoid it, isn't it? But
As an England fan. Indeed, we'll see you again soon.
So nice, though, getting out in the sun the last few days.
It's been warm, hasn't it?
It's really warm. It's
Got
been
some lovely pictures from Brighton from yesterday, where it looked tropical.
Properly sunny and summery. Anyway, time to sit in a darkened room and watch a film, because it's time for this week's film review with Ben Brown and Jason Solomon. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are to visit a school for girls in the Atlas Mountains on the first full day of their trip to Morocco,
Isn't it?
Yeah, so Dad was a padre, and... All right.
You're watching BBC Breakfast. It is 10 to 9. The headlines this morning. Incredible girl.
Yeah.
Joining us now is May. Now, the Oscars is being held in Hollywood this evening. The Favourite, starring Olivia Colman, is up for 10 awards, jointly leading the nominations with Roma, a Mexican film produced by Netflix.
There is hope for greater diversity amongst the winners this year after a shake-up in membership of the Academy following criticism that Hollywood's focus has been too white and too male. Here's Dan Johnson from Los Angeles. At some stage.
Yes, you liked it a lot.
Loved it. So we'll see how it gets on tomorrow. Charlie and Louise will be back here on the sofa from 6 o'clock with all the coverage from the Oscars.
We probably will talk about The Favourite a little bit more. I'll be back as well. Until tomorrow, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.